Hi, so today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about how to take care of your baby's skin during winter. Now, as we know, everyone's skin does tend to get quite dry during winter. Baby's skin is more delicate than ours as well. It's thinner, less resistant to bacteria and other things, so it is really important to consider looking after your baby's skin really well during the winter months. So what are the best tips and tricks to help you look after your baby's skin during the winter months? Here are 5 key tips to consider when looking after your baby's skin in winter. Considering having a short bath time and keeping it soap free if you can and less bubbles. So using things like some natural products. So we've got a couple here that I've brought along. Using potentially the cream bath by Weleda might be really useful. A cream bath isn't soapy, doesn't form any soap when you're washing the baby. It's going to be quite sensitive on the baby's skin. And obviously we don't be washing away all those natural oils that are in the baby's skin. So having a short bath or even opting for a sponge bath might be more optimal during the winter months to use on your baby's skin. Another one you can consider using after the bath might be putting on a bit of baby lotion. So this one here is a calendula baby lotion. You can also get white mellow baby lotion, and that's really good for babies with eczema or very, very sensitive skin. But all of these are plant-based and organic and biodynamic products, so they're really great. And obviously putting on a barrier cream on your baby's bottom after you've done a bath to protect them from nappy rash and things like that. So there are a couple of little tips there. Also thinking about maybe not having the water too hot when you are bathing the baby. Keep it a lower temperature and have, as we said, a shorter bath time. That's really going to support your baby. So tip number 2 is using a fragrance-free moisturiser. So not just a moisturiser, but fragrance-free is important to consider too. And thinking about potentially putting that moisturiser on a couple of times a day, potentially. If your baby does suffer from very dry skin, keeping them moisturised as you would yourself after you've had a shower or bath is a really important tip to consider too. Now tip number 3 is something I can talk to you a bit more about and go into a bit more detail about, which is tip number 3 is layering your baby during winter. So layering up with different items of clothing. I've picked out a few things here and I will start dressing the baby now. So putting something like a singlet on is a really good place to start. So as you can see, we've got the baby dressed in the singlet right up against baby's skin to keep them warm. We do also have other options. You could choose a bodysuit singlet with the clips underneath. You could choose a long sleeve bodysuit singlet, that might be ideal. Then you could put something like a grow suit on, and grow suits are great all year round, but particularly in the winter months because they do cover all the extremities. It's a little safety cover. As you can see, you've also got built-in feet. Now you might want to add some little booties here. I've just put that as an option. Obviously hat as well. If you are going outdoors and the baby is awake, or obviously when the baby is sleeping, taking hats off are important, but putting a hat's on a really great idea. So we used our knitted hat today, particularly because we're thinking about dressing our baby for winter. A knitted hat's a great option. Then you could consider putting on a cardigan or something like that, because cardigans are great all year round. This is just an organic cotton cardigan, but you could potentially think about adding some other things as well. We've got a beautiful jacket here, and this one's great. It's actually reversible, which is awesome. So you can use it on a number of days. You can flip that over and you could use it, in a number of different ways. So there's that one. You could also add some little leggings over this grow suit, or you could have a bodysuit. Then you could put your little leggings on and then maybe the cardigan. Or then you've got this full body padded grow suit with a hood. So this one might be ideal as well if you're taking the baby out in the carrier or on a very cold day. I'll put on a little jacket here because that little jacket is a great one to consider using on those really cold days if you're heading out, because it's going to keep baby nice and warm and snug. And you could take that hat off and have a little hood on to keep your baby nice and snug and warm. And then you might want to put booties on as well. So when you're considering layering with your baby, having a couple of layers like a singlet, a grow suit, or some leggings and a cardigan, or a full body suit that I mentioned before, or having a jacket like this is a really good idea. And layering up with natural fibres like organic cotton or wool is a really good idea, because that's going to help baby's skin breathe, and you can obviously layer up a bit more when you're using natural fibres. As I mentioned, all of our product at Purebaby is GOT certified, and it is all chemical free, so really important to consider when you're dressing your baby for winter. As a rule of thumb with layering as well, you want to consider that the rule of thumb is the baby would need to wear 1 to 2 extra thin cotton layers on top of what you would feel comfortable wearing yourself, and that's a really good way to gauge how many layers your baby might need in the winter months. If you're wanting to check your baby's temperature, a really good way to check temperature is feeling on the baby's tummy underneath their clothing, on the back of the neck or the chest, and that gives you a bit of an idea whether the baby's feeling too hot or too cold. You can always use a thermometer if you like, but just testing with hand feel tends to be okay, and you'll work out quite quickly whether your baby's comfortable or not. Tip number 4 is washing your baby's clothes in a sensitive washing powder or washing detergent. Now this is really important because you don't want to be putting lots of chemicals back into the products that you're putting on your baby's skin, because it can be absorbed into the baby's skin quite easily because their skin is very thin and porous. Regular detergents do have lots of different chemicals and fragrances in them which can irritate your baby's skin. So it's a really good idea to think about using sensitive washing powders and ones that are specifically designed for babies and baby clothing. Look for extra sensitive and fragrance-free washing detergents and powders when you are washing your baby's clothes. So tip number 5, last but not least, is look after your skin. Now that's really important. You're going to be probably washing your hands a lot during this time with a newborn and making sure your hands are always clean. So it's really important to rehydrate your skin, particularly your hands, because you'll be touching your baby a lot. And if you've got dry, scratchy hands, it's not very nice for your baby. It is also really important for your skin, so your skin doesn't get all cracked and brittle and so forth and cause you problems and pain with your hands during the winter months. Of course, you can moisturize the rest of your body as well, but hands are really important to be handling your baby. So we've got some beautiful products here. This one here is called Skin Food by Weleda, and this can be used on your face and body, but it's particularly good for your hands, I found. And again, it is organic and biodynamic, so a great product. Looking for natural products where you can, and low fragrance free, and something that can be a bit of a barrier cream to put on your hands to protect them from all the washing you're going to be doing with your newborn and with your child, and also just to keep your skin nice and hydrated during the winter months. So I hope that's been useful and helpful for you today. Just a few tips on how to look after your baby's skin during winter, and also thinking about layering for your little one, and it is really important during those winter months to layer your baby's clothing and use natural fibres and chemical-free products as much as possible. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope this has been helpful. Have a great day.